In an abandoned Signaran farm just south of Thornwood Forest, the very ground shakes as two armies prepare to engage in the scenario Killbox. Cryx does what they do best and brings a host of undead consisting of Mechanothralls and Banethralls, who are then supported by Tartarus, as well as an officer and standard bearer. Covering the left flank are the Cankerworm, some Scrap Thralls, and a Death Ripper. To provide spell support, Asphyxis is called upon the unique talents of the Wither Shadow Combine and his own personal Scarlock Thrall. Making up the enemy force are Geterix, Megalith, and a World Watcher of the Circle Orboros. Their brute strength is complemented by a host of druids, as well as a Reeve Hunter and his hunting companions. They are led by Balder the Stone Soul. Cryx begins by sending an uneven spread of infantry and jacks forward, lopsided with Bone Jacks and some Scrap Thralls on the left, Mechanothralls covering the right flank, and the Banes rushing towards the enemy with undead fervor. Asphyxis and his magical cohorts stay close enough to combat that they need not worry about the effects of Killbox. Orboros holds their ground against the incoming tide of undead monstrosities, even moving up, but not before the Megalith uses Geomancy to place a wall in the Banethralls' path. The Druids cover their position with accuracy lowering clouds, and make themselves and the rest of their army untargetable by the numerous Malign magics of the Cryx. Cryx continues its relentless push forward, but they are unable to inflict any casualties due to the evasiveness of the enemy, and the incapability of Mechanothralls to hit anything other than the broadside of a barn in terms of accuracy, making the effects of Scythe and Touch put on them by the Scarlock Thrall useless. Orboros crashes down on the Banethralls with chasms summoned by the Megalith, Force Bolts of the Druids, and the Blade of the Reeve Hunter. Geterix teleports to the left side, warping for strength, to bring his axe down on the Cankerworm again and again and again, until all that is left is scrap. Cryx continues its advance despite its heavy losses on both the left flank and the middle. Banelord Tartarus walks through the fence due to his ethereal nature and brings his axe Raviner down into the Reeve Hunter to successfully create a new Banethrall, before cursing the World Watcher. The Banes follow the commands of their accursed general and rip the construct to pieces using their axes. The Scrap Thralls attempt to charge into Geterix and deliver their explosive cargo, but they miss and do nothing to the Mad King's armor. Lastly, the Mechanothralls continue their journey and kill a druid and one wolf. The other wolf is killed by Admonia, who takes its soul. After the Megalith's Geomancy uses Chasm and clears out most of the Banes, Balder had had enough of the Banes and charged in before killing all of them, including Tartarus, except for one in the field, before he pops his feet, improving the armor of his entire armory. Geterix comes around the side of the building to continue the battle. The Druids fail to do anything important other than kill a single Bane on the side that Balder had missed, and make his army, most of it at least, untargetable by spells. The Mechanothralls manage 6 attacks to finally kill a single Druid. Admonia puts her soul token to use and boosts the damage roll for Dark Fire against Balder, and manages to do some damage, while Maevalis fails to do anything to Balder as Tremulous puts Puppet Master on the last Banethrall. Final Bane charges in and misses badly, even while under the effects of Puppet Master. Balder, seeing he has nowhere to go, attempts an assassination run. Both Geterix and the Megalith lend their massive strength to pushing Balder to the right so that he may charge Asphyxis. Unfortunately, the worm tokens on him and his fury is not enough to pass through Asphyxis' overboosted power field, and Balder is left out in the cold with no capability for transferring damage. Asphyxis once again tears into an enemy with his Chaos Rot Sphere, ending both Balder's career as a warlock and the battle.